I think it's fair to say I've had more problems with shooting pictures in the United States than I have had when I've been working abroad. Working in Washington, D.C., for example, you would have protesters, and they weren't very fond of photographers, and so you know, they were very loud about wanting to express their First Amendment rights, but they were very much against me exercising my First Amendment rights. So yeah. I sometimes needled them a little bit and actually I didn't get into any physical confrontations with them, but you know, a lot of times they didn't want to have their pictures taken. So I mean, there's that evolution of sort of the idea that, you know, going from the idea we live in a safe society to an idea that we live in a society where, as a photographer, you are seen in a different light than you were originally. So even if you're working for the local paper. Yeah. There was a time when it was okay to go and shoot feature pictures of kids, and you'd give your card and they would, you know, say, hey, tell your folks that you might be in the paper tomorrow. And I needed to get the name of a kid. Right. So in order to get the name, me approaching a 10-year-old kid, you know, that at one point in time was okay, but then by the time I left, it just was not cool. The importance of photography is that you have a way to concisely inform people of both emotion, of setting, I mean, primarily what's happening in their world. I think photography represents a way in which we can really have great impact in a visceral sort of way. When people see a picture, they have an emotional response to that, whether it's anger, whether it's, you know, laughter, whether it's sadness, whatever it is. I think that's the power of photography. I think that's why photography is important. The idea that we can go into our communities and show what poverty does to people, or show what drugs do to people, or show the joy of victory on a football field, or whatever it is, I think those are important things. That's an important role that photojournalism has.